Okay, let's have a look. See where Nemsun might be hiding. I see his nameplate. Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm over here. I'm just doing something for you.
Ooh, what would that be?
Check these out.
Oh, magical.
Go,
Jaffa cakes.
Oh, we are doing tea and Jaffas, aren't we?
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. I like your new lab.
Well, on air now, look. Took me a little while to set it all up, but the whole place is built around the lighting effect. Just me playing with redstone again.
Oh, I love it. It looks beautiful. Unlike what has become of my cottage.
Yeah, we're going to sort that out though, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, you ask me a few questions.
Definitely. I'd like to start off by thanking you for joining me for this interview today. It's very much appreciated.
You're welcome. I'm sure we'll be able to inform our viewers of all the answers they need to the questions that we have asked ourselves.
I should like to think so. So, what I've decided to start off with today, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to talk about the beginning of MRTV and where the initial idea came from for the series. As the words came out of your mouth to begin with.
Well, yeah. We were talking about lots of things, weren't we?
Yeah, throwing some ideas around.
And I mentioned something, and almost in the same paragraph, pretty much it was the same paragraph, wasn't it? I just said, no, we're never doing that. No, that's a silly idea. No, I'll never say that again.
Yeah, we did kind of initially dismiss it. But, well, no, actually, I think there was a lot more of a positive. Yeah, everybody else was quite positive about the idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a stupid idea
said,
at the time.
No, ignore me, guys. But it's turned out all right. So, let's talk about the conversations that followed. What happened after that? After we all said, brilliant. No, maybe not. Oh, could we? What happened then? Where did we go?
Well, I think we all just slept on it. I don't think we said anything else about it. That chat, as it were, did we?
No, I think
we just walked away.
Yeah, it was a strange time. We were all trying to think of something that we could kind of collaborative project, and weren't 100% on this one, but here we are. Who was it that brought it back up in the end?
I think everybody had sort of mentioned it at one point, where it's like, you know, that idea, I can't get it out of my head, that Big Brother idea. We need to talk about it. What was the idea?
Yeah.
You got any more plans? What else did you think?
Slowly became less and less of a joke.
Yeah,
more of a reality.
More of a reality TV show, yes.
Yeah, definitely. So after all that hard work and building the studio as well, I obviously made my first video, which was the Jibber Jabber, asking people to apply and come play with us. And we built the studios, the Eye in the Sky. But I've got to say, despite all the hard work we put in, I was very surprised by the amount of responses we got. I was just wondering, were you feeling the same way about that? I mean, do you expect more, less?
Well, really, I didn't expect to get it off the ground. To be honest, I didn't think we could get that sort of response. I was expecting it to take 2 or 3 weeks before we got any response. Yeah. And then maybe we had our 20 contestants and we could do something about it.
I thought that we were going to be hard pushed to get to 10 within a couple of weeks as well, to be honest. But I think we were all pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I remember in chat I said, well, let's do 20 contestants over 20 weeks. Yeah. And you guys all turned around and said, well, how about 15? Or how about 10? Very, very skeptical about how many we could actually get when we decided to put it into practice.
But still, here we are. We managed to get 20 within, how long was it, a week? Week and a half, maybe?
I think it was a few days, wasn't it?
It was pretty good going. Anyway, obviously, like I said, we're here now. As you can see, as everyone else would have seen by now, all the contestants are here producing videos, having a great time doing it. I just wanted to talk in some more detail about the kind of issues that we've had since we've started, because we knew from the beginning this was kind of a first attempt at this kind of thing, a trial run for this project, and we have had a few hiccups on the way to this point where we've got, this is the 3rd try now on the server. I was just wondering if there was anything you could tell me about the issues that we've had to begin with. I mean, some of the reasons for the initial problems that we've had, the complications.
Well, it's all been brand new, hasn't it? There's
Yes.
been nothing that's been really done before. We're not just copying a set format that we know and love from YouTube. The idea was to find something new, something different.
Yeah.
And with that came all the problems of having something new and different, with no one to ask about how does this work, how's this done, or no videos to watch, no tutorials to check up on.
Yeah, very steep learning curve.
Yep. And the only real server I'd ever built and looked after was a bucket server for the Warlords of the Coast, and I've had no problems with that whatsoever. But I'd never tried a vanilla server, and I thought, well, as the Mojang team are obviously putting out vanilla servers and snapshot servers and things like that, that it would all just join together nicely, that it would all be very, very simple, and it would just work first time of trying.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
not quite as smoothly as it sounds, but
nowhere near as smoothly as we thought it was ever going to be. It didn't really help that we had a server host that wasn't exactly the top rate server host at the start.
Yeah.
We had sort of, I think it was a second-hand server, wasn't it, really?
Pretty much.
Because Ego and 4D had a server already for a Tekkit game that we're playing. And so they just basically turned that server over to run this.
Ah, that I didn't know. I thought this was a fresh purchase.
No, after the initial problems, potentially the reason the first restart came about was because the server wasn't the best host and wasn't the best size of server with the best control panels and the like.
Yeah.
So the server failed more times than it succeeded.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
And then there was, what else was there? There was a snapshot problem? The snapshot was unstable, or?
I still don't really know what the real reason for all that is. The host told us that it was because we were running the snapshot that we were having all the problems. And this second restart, the second attempt, take two as it were, we had a decent host that was recommended to us. And that host was a good host. There's no denying it. We're still on them now. They're still a good host. However, they told me when I was like demanding answers as to why the server keeps crashing and we're all lagging out and everything's going wrong.
Yeah.
While I was demanding a response from them, all they could come up with was, it's a snapshot. The chances are it's the snapshot's fault. The snapshot's not compatible. Reinstall everything and start again.
Okay.
So we were going to lose everything there and then on the second take. So we did our best to get everything rolling again for that time out, and it just still would not have it, no matter what we did. We ended up losing the map to corrupted files. They basically said that there was nothing they could do to resolve the situation, and that the snapshot was unstable, so tough, basically.
Yeah, which is
tough.
Awful news to hear. So what is the final solution that you've had to this problem?
Well, go into something that we know and trust. The actual Mojang release of 1.4.7. No snapshots, no experimental developer versions of anything, just straight, ready, tried and tested.
Yep, stuff that works.
Yep. And on the server point of view, going in with having a bucket server rather than a vanilla server, because again, tried and tested, lots of tweaks and extra things that we can do to make the server more successful and more reliable,
and
with
make
a
sure
server.
that we don't have another pig incident.
Well, that pig incident, I'm still not 100% sure on how all that happened. Who did it, when it happened, how they did it, I still don't know. I have suspicions, but I can't point the blame to anybody in particular. I did a bit of research, I checked all the logs, I found out a few things about a few things, and asked a few people questions, got a few answers, and it didn't really get me any closer to knowing for definite what was going on. So I just had to go, right, well, it's dealt with now, that's all I could do about it, move on, get to the next thing and do the next problem that comes up.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do in a situation like that, but I can imagine all the problems that we've had before are now solved. Are you quite confident that this is it now, this is how it's going to stay, this is a system that will work, everyone will be happily getting along here without any more issues of the same kind of vein?
Well, I've been walking around with my fingers crossed for a while, if that's anything to go by.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure, do we? Things can go wrong at any moment, and we've just got to try and deal with them as that happens. The problems we've had so far... Fireplace. Maybe not.
It's strangely like it. It's not going to set on fire, is it?
Probably not, no. It's very high up though, isn't it?
We can rethink that. It's a good idea. We can use that somehow. Right.
So, question again.
A question again. Yeah, so we're pretty confident that everything is pretty well sorted for the moment. But like you say, that is always subject to change, because it's not the kind of environment that you can plan for every eventuality.
We're doing our best to keep everything stable, but we can't guarantee anything. The host can't guarantee anything, so we can't guarantee anything. We just have to keep going and solve problems as they occur, if they occur.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic.
At least we've had good contestants that have stuck with it and have been understanding about it all.
Yeah. Their patience is definitely appreciated. Bearing with us on that. Right.
I did apologise to them in my last video to make sure that they know that I didn't want anything like that to happen. Obviously, we didn't plan to have a big series of errors at the start of the show. Yeah. And that hopefully it's all been resolved by now.
That's fantastic to hear. Anyway, let's move onwards now to the next question. What we're talking about, the early evictions that we have had. 2 contestants were recently evicted from the competition. On what grounds was this?
Well, we've actually had 4 leave altogether. The first 2 were after the second restart, when we moved to the more reliable host. They decided that they didn't want to be involved anymore.
Do you know what reason that was for, or?
They said that they couldn't be bothered rebuilding. Well, at least one of them said they couldn't be bothered rebuilding again. It was going to be the 3rd start.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be bothered with that. So they left, probably to go and start building a brand new world somewhere else.
Yeah.
It struck me as a bit odd, really.
Unusual logic, but
yeah,
if that's what you want to do, fair play. I wish them all the best.
Yeah, good luck to them. And the other 2, well, we've had so much drama going on. I don't think it's been in videos, though. That's the trouble. The reality TV aspect is lacking in videos of the reality of the actual show itself.
Yeah, there's been a lot of behind-the-scenes drama, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, everyone's been shouting about stuff in Skype, but not really putting it in video. So the drama of, well, what is the reality behind a multiplayer server? That's basically how I'm seeing it. I mean, you look at some of the pros in their videos, and their servers are always perfect,
Yeah.
and they never have any problems with their recording, and they never have any problems with their sound, and they never have any problems with server lag. Well, odd bits and pieces, but generally it's always perfect, isn't it?
Pretty much so, yeah.
And reality is that things just aren't, are they? Servers can't be running all the time. Servers can't be perfect all the time. There's always going to be issues around and about the place.
And you just do your best to keep it running in the meantime.
Yeah, and then when you're doing a video, you put on a brave face. And I think that the contestants have been doing that. They've been putting on that brave face in their videos and not really letting it on about what's been going on that they've been upset about.
Yeah.
And this is reality TV. The idea is that we want them to explain why they're upset about things, and we want the viewers to get involved in the situation behind the scenes, the reality of the show itself, the reality of being thrown onto a server with a load of other players from around the world, not knowing them, not being in any way responsible for the decision about who joins them and who's going to be their neighbour. And well, we need to see a bit more of the actual reality behind the scenes, I think, in some people's videos.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. But I'm sure that there's more that we will be seeing.
Yeah.
Which I'm definitely looking forward to.
So the two that have recently left, I basically got rid of them. They had committed many, many griefing acts in the community. And then I'd spent many conversations with everybody else going, look, it's your server, it's your rules, your community, you guys sort it all out amongst yourselves. If it's an actual life or death situation, then obviously we would do something about it, but this is just a game. And
this is not real life, yeah.
Yeah, this is just a game show, so get over it, get on with it, and vote them out.
Yeah.
Get them out that way.
Exactly, which is the whole point of the exercise.
Yep.
Okay. So now that we've got 16 contestants, how do you think that will affect the dynamic of the show? Do you think that will cause any problems, or?
I think those that are left are a bit closer. I think they're pulling together after having their possessions stolen and their houses TNT'd by these two that we have kicked off. I think they're now pulling together and getting their world sorted. The latest challenge has brought them together as well. I know that I've been watching a few of them working together to get things done today.
Yeah, I've seen some of the fireworks displays underway, which are looking fantastic. What else have we got? What blah 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 blah. So you still see the competition headed in the same direction through all this?
I believe the competition will still go on fine, I think. So long as we still have contestants making videos, and those videos actually have content that people want to watch, and that once in a while we have a vote for me video that comes out that we can advertise and publicise and give lots of promotion to try and get them noticed, so that people just take an interest. That we should be able to still pull it all off the way we plan to do it. There's a lot of work still to be done to make sure people get to know about MRTV, and the end of the day, it's all about getting these new YouTubers together and giving them all a common goal, a common content that they can all publicise and all get some sort of response from. Initially, if you do the maths, you've got 20 players who are all doing YouTube videos, and you've got 4 presenters who are also doing YouTube videos, all involved in the show.
Yeah.
So we're looking at almost every single video that gets put out there is a potential that 24 people are promoting that video.
Which can only be a good thing for everybody involved.
It's 24 times the amount of people that normally promote your videos.
Yeah, completely. So everybody is right on track with that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Does that include yourself as a presenter? I mean, I've seen the fireworks displays that are happening out in the challenge area. Is there anything you can tell me about the challenges that you set or you're going to set in the near future?
I don't want to. No, I'm keeping as much of the challenges a secret as possible until I issue them, because I don't want to give the players too much forewarning. But I did give them a heads up on this last one because, well, with all of the things that were going on and the server being restarted, I was delayed with my video.
Yeah.
And then my video didn't get rendered because my computer started playing up as well, and I had all those problems that YouTubers get from time to time.
Yeah.
Where the whole system just fails for you and you can't get anything done.
Yeah.
So everything was being delayed, so I did let them all know in Skype a few key details of things that I wanted them to collect and start thinking about ready for the challenge.
Okay, so that means you've got something in mind which you're gonna release a video for very soon.
The challenge video is already out for this week. The next challenge video will probably go out maybe midweek next week.
Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I put a link in the description to that challenge video and then to the new one that comes out when that happens.
Good.
And then I will leave you with one final question. There obviously some interesting things have happened over the last week or so. We've had some drama happening, lots of drama, in fact. But is there a contestant that stands out as a favourite for you, or is there a personal highlight of the show so far?
Well, I've thought about quite a lot of things to do with these contestants. I think that in Ego's show, I'll probably go into great detail about quite a lot of them. But the star of this show so far has probably been Strange Gecko.
And why would that be? I know that he is a very interesting human being. He's very inquisitive, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be just constantly there. There's no getting away from Strange Gecko. He's doing probably the most videos that I've seen anybody do.
Yep.
He's also doing live streams, which you should probably link in the description as well. Along with one of the new guys who's also going to be doing live streams, Andy Stars.
Oh. Something to look forward to as well.
Yeah. The fact is that Strange Gecko always seems to be there when you're expecting the worst. He does something that just lightens the mood by doing something strange. Hence the name, Strange Gecko.
Definitely living up to it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, for the first week or so, I think we kept kicking him out of the studio because he kept finding ways to get into the studio.
I don't
to see if there was anything.
There's anything that anyone has built that he hasn't taken apart to see what's underneath it or behind it.
Yeah.
So,
He's been everywhere. He's been in everybody's stuff. But he is a good character for the show. And I hope he gets a bit more time in the show. I hope that the public keep him in for a little while. Even if he drives some of us crazy from time to time. I think that's a good thing.
Fantastic. Well, I think that is all the questions I've got time for today, and all the ones I'd like to have asked you. So I'd like to thank more Jaffas. More Jaffas. I would love to thank you for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for helping me rebuild my set.
It's a bit bigger than it was before, isn't it?
It's quite a lot bigger. I've had a bit of an upgrade.
Let's put these cookies away. Yeah. Well, Jaffa cakes away.
Jaffa cakes, that's the one. Stick them all in the chest. Oh, no, that's a painting. Anyway, thanks again. Cheers for joining me, and I'll catch you very, very soon.
You will. See you later.